And then when I see it's a chance for me to do a heist, a quick heist, I'm gonna let y'all know this. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. At the end of the day, I'm the smart one.
Tensions appear to have spread throughout the boxing world as a result of the growing controversy surrounding claims that the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight was staged, as evidenced by a reported altercation between Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson.
The thing I do like about him, he's selling it. He's selling it, and he's making good money, and he's entertaining. I like it.
Is he, and Floyd, there were many people who believe you're the most talented fighter ever, period. So whatever you say to this question, I think is important. Are you impressed? Does he have boxing ability, or is he just an entertainer who has a lot of fans and can promote a fight and has fought lesser opponents? Or is he actually talented?
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
Tyson, who was clearly upset by the accusations and Mayweather's comments, approached the fight after he publicly criticized the bout and the larger trend of celebrity boxing, calling such events as harmful to the sport's integrity. According to sources,
89, 90 and 0 before you lost.
89 and 0. Wow. So
don't tell me about you the greatest fighter with 50 and 0, nigga. You're great, no doubt about it, nigga. 50 and 0. Chavez had 90.
Yeah.
He's fighting like what, 8 times a year.
Yeah, it's more to it than
whoever
that.
Fought him. Whoever's in the ranking.
Well, I think it's all subjective.
Picking whoever you are.
Boxing in retirement legend to correct the record. According to reports, Tyson justified his involvement in the fight by claiming that his goals were to honor and amuse the sport rather than undermine its principles. He directly responded to Mayweather's criticism, highlighting the emotional and physical obstacles he faced in order to enter the ring at his age and stage of life. According to numerous sources, Tyson was disappointed by Mayweather's attitude, claiming that,
like, Floyd's a great fighter, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He had 50 fights and he said, listen, Sugar Ray Robinson had 47 fights. He lost one, then he had 78 fight. Then he had a 78 fight winning streak.
Yeah, but you even
he had 47, lost one, then 78 winning streak.
But even more modern than.
The main goal of the bout was to demonstrate the fortitude and tenacity of an older fighter against a, according to report, Tyson informed Mayweather during an exhibition that it wasn't about a script, but more about demonstrating that he could still stand up against a younger opponent. From heel to toe, reiterating his earlier remarks that
sit down on a podcast one time and he talked about it. He said, I don't want to do an exhibition against Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. He said, I'm only doing real fights. And of course, I can't get up high in weight, but I'll fight him in a real fight at the weight that I'm at. But Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be better.
Boxing should concentrate on fostering legitimate competition rather than celebrity-driven spectacles. Mayweather reportedly clarified that his criticism was not personal, but rather intended to preserve the sport's legacy. Nevertheless, he acknowledged Tyson's contributions to boxing, calling him an icon and among the greatest sports legends.
Where's the $1 million outfit? Because I've never seen an outfit like that.
It's crazy. It's in the locker room right now, but I think we're gonna try and put it somewhere like to showcase it. But shout out to the shoe surgeon, Alec Monopoly, and Pascal for all making it happen. 380 carats, over $1 million.
One last thing. I love Mike like family. You love Mike. What do you tell him? Obviously, he's bummed out. He wanted to win.
Hey, he's amazing. No one cares about the loss for him. He got to cement his legacy, make a bunch of money, and have fun doing it. So that's all that matters.
Jake, what's the biggest thing you took from the Mike fight? Biggest learning lesson?
Man, I just felt so mentally focused and locked in. There was no nerves, no adrenaline.
Although the altercation between the two boxing legends reportedly ended amicably, with both men agreeing to respect each other's viewpoints, it brought to light the widening divide within the boxing community regarding the legitimacy and potential impact of influencer and celebrity boxing on the sport's future. Since then, The incident has sparked additional discussions among fans and analysts, with some supporting Tyson.
Happy for Mike Tyson from the standpoint that he went to 8 rounds. He didn't get knocked out. I'm happy for Mike Tyson because he got $20 million reportedly to Jake Paul's $40 million. I'm happy for Mike Tyson because he left with all his faculties in order. He got to fight in front of his children who may have never seen him fight before. And that crowd and that ovation and the love and adulation that was thrown in his direction when he was introduced was obviously special for him, and it was special for the people who love him, including all the fight fans the world over, because anybody that loved boxing absolutely positively loved watching.
And seeing his fight as evidence of his unwavering love for the sport, while others, like Echo Mayweather, worries about the sport's commercialization and the possible damage it could do to boxing's reputation. Jake's marketing company, Paul, has come up with a forward to refute claims that he staged his fight with Mike Tyson. After an 8-round fight in which Tyson seemed reluctant to give it his all.
Entire fight. You know, Jake Paul, the boxer, is much better than people want to give him credit for, but I don't know that this does anything for that, because he fought a 58-year-old man. He fought a 58-year-old man to a decision. That 58-year-old man comes out on the other side looking pretty good, if you ask me. He looked like you would expect a 58-year-old man to look in a professional boxing match, to their credit.
The YouTuber defeated the 58-year-old boxing legend in Dallas. Paul later acknowledged that he had purposefully held back, stating that he didn't want to hurt the former heavyweight champion. The fight has gone viral online, been circulating. Speculations, such as NFL veteran Michael Irvin's comments on the Herd podcast, in which he asked why Tyson refrained from performing his signature techniques. We didn't get that one.
He sucks, or oh, he carried him, and more on that in a moment. The only result that I think people truly would have been happy with is a Mike Tyson knockout of Jake Paul. I think that's the only one that would have sufficed, and that wasn't happening. There was never really any doubt. He landed a couple punches early on, but there was never really a question as to whether or not that would happen. I think Jake carried him. I think Jake didn't want to knock him out. I'm not sure if he could have, but he definitely took his foot off the gas last couple rounds for sure. And ultimately, I'm okay with that. I predicted a Jake Paul decision. I thought it would be a little bit more competitive to get to the decision, but ultimately I'm okay with that. I am surprised he didn't call out Canelo afterwards or someone else. I'm not suggesting that should be the fight or that he can beat him or anything like that, but it seemed to be like that was the thing on his mind.
And I saw someone else say that it was in the contract, no uppercuts. So why wouldn't Mike Tyson throw an uppercut to correct the record? Irvin REM marked, I was looking for that patent one in the body one. On the uppercut, where he said, when he hits that, it's boom, boom, boom. Following the widespread dissemination of false and unfounded allegations that compromise the integrity of the Paul vs. Tyson event, promotions released a statement on Monday that read, most valuable promotions would like to set the record straight.
Largest event in the history of boxing. I think we can all agree, especially the purist boxing fans, that Mike Tyson is the reason that this event is as big as it is. 21 years old, he made history in boxing. 58 years old, he's made history in boxing. And throughout his entire life, he's been the focal point and the living legend here of boxing. I mean, that doesn't take away anything from what Jake Paul has brought. But you need a dance partner, and there isn't one as big as Mike Tyson. We're very proud of, I think I can, on behalf of head coach Billy White, Coach Raphael, that we're very proud of Mike's his determination throughout camp. I mean, we all remember Mike Tyson, especially if you guys are our age. And of course, we've been with Billy for 45 years. You remember him as the killer, the menace, and you get to see the pads and you see, just how amazing he is.
Regarding the contractual agreements and the nature of the fight. In the US, it is a federal offense to rig a professional boxing bout. The Texas Department of Licensing and Regulations approved Paul versus Tyson as a professional bout, and both competitors, acting honorably, gave their best efforts, their skills with the intention of winning the fight. The statement stated that neither fighter was subject to any contractual or other limitations, and that each boxer was free to use his entire toolkit to win the fight.
Went toe-to-toe 8 rounds with the greatest boxer of all time. What do you think happens if you fight Floyd Mayweather?
I would knock him out.
Bro.
100%.
Don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous.
You think because you lost a fight to Floyd Mayweather that you're better than me at boxing?
You said I won the fight.
In person, when I was watching it, I thought so. But then, yeah, watching it back, it's like, okay, I've had like a biased point of view, like sitting there in person.
This is the first time I've heard you
Any agreement to the contrary would be against the rules of TDLR boxing. Although trash talk and rumors are common in sport, and athletes and promoters must put up with absurd remarks, jokes, and opinions, it is not only naive but also disrespectful to the work these fighters put into their craft and to the sport itself to suggest anything less than their best effort. It is also illogical and strange that MVP is the first in a potentially long-term partnership with the largest streamer and organization in the world.